One day I feel alright. The next I'm looking for the light, for the light, for the light.
Hello siblings, welcome back to Scout the Pages. Today we are going to be talking about our November reading plan. If you saw my October wrap-up that went up just before this video, then you know that I did a reading challenge in October where I followed a strict reading schedule. I had certain amounts of pages and percentages of books to read each day of October, and I'm going to be continuing that into November. I actually read so many more books in October than I have any other month this year, so I decided to give it a try again for November. And I don't know if it's delusion, but I have 27 books scheduled for next month and a little bit of space at the end for any additional reading that I would like. Delusion is definitely my middle name here. At the beginning of November, I am starting with 68 books out of my 100 goal for the year. I have a lot of catch up to do. I only have 2 months left. I don't want to put it all in December because December is when I am the most busy with the holidays and therefore reading a lot less. Let's get into my 26 to 27 books that I would like to read in November. First, we have Starter Villain by John Scalzi. Do I need to say anything other than it's about cats? Very excited about this. Don't know anything about it. I just love John Scalzi's book, Kaiju Preservation Society. Really good. So was very excited to get to this. It's not super long and I got the audiobook on Audible, not sponsored. I just took advantage of their deal on Prime Day. But yeah, planning to read this one in the first 3 days of November. While I'm listening to that, I have 3 graphic novels, one for each day. I plan to read the second book of Sorceline. This is a graphic novel series that I read the first one back in October, and I want to get the second one out of the way. They're not super big. They're apparently an omnibus, which I was unaware of because they're so thin. But I got these on Prime Day for only like $3 or $4 each, which was a steal. Love the art style in them, very old school gothic feeling, but it's about a group of students who are going to this like zoologist, but he's a cryptologist on this island. He takes care of cryptids on his island and he is looking for an apprentice to train, and so all these students are competing against each other to be his chosen apprentice. I love the vibes. It gave me Coraline vibes, which is why I bought it, and so far it's delivering. Next we have The Secret Garden on 81st Street. I read Cheshire Crossing, I believe is what it was called. I can't remember anymore. It's this graphic novel thing where they make like sci-fi twists on classic fairy tales and what have you. Anyways, I don't know anything about this. I know that it's probably going to be pretty similar where there's like a weird sci-fi twist relating to these classic stories. And then the last book for that 3-day little period is Clementine Fox and the Great Island Adventure. This just looked adorable. I mean, come on. And I saw it at the library and I thought, why not? It's a fox. It gives autumn vibes. I'll let you know how it goes. Check out my November wrap-up to see. Next, the following 4 days, we have 2 books for a secret video that I am putting out. These are outside of my comfort zone. I'm super excited. I'm going to physically read these. So I do have some audiobooks that I'm going to read alongside these over those 4 days. But yeah, not going to give you the spoiler on which ones these are. You'll have to see that video when it comes out. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see those. During that time, I'm going to read The Weirdies, which is an audiobook. It's very short. I think it's only like an hour and 30 minutes. The following 2 days, I will read The Weirdies Get Weirder, I think is what it's called, the second Weirdies book. Very interested. They seem gothic, middle grade. Seems weird. I'm into it. Next, I have the audiobook for Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson coming in the middle of the month. So I will be reading this over the course of probably 4 or 5 days, probably 5. I am already a little ways into this, so my first day will be pretty easy. Planning to finally finish this out. I started this back in September, which that vlog I never posted. Let me know if I should end up posting it because I started this book and read a few others. This is basically cozy fairy tale fantasy. It gives me Princess Bride vibes, but more modern. It's interesting and it's my first Brandon Sanderson, so I'm very excited to get into it. While I am listening to the audiobook of Tress of the Emerald Sea, I'm also going to read the graphic novels Frizzy right here and Are You Listening by Tilly Walden. Very excited for these two graphic novels. I have them on my iPad Solstice. I'm going to just kind of read the ebooks at night. I think it'll only take me one day per one, but I have put them over the course of 4 days between the two so that I give myself some leeway in case I have a harder day. Next, over the course of 3 days, I am going to be listening to the very short audiobooks for the Hilda audiobooks. They are adapted from the graphic novels, which are gonna be 1 day each for Hilda and the Hidden People, Hilda and the Nowhere Space, and Hilda and the Great Parade. And while I am reading those books, the 3 Hilda books, I'm going to read this. This is an omnibus of 3 separate books. I am counting them as separate books. They are normally sold as separate books. I just got a bind up at Costco. This is The Dragon Kingdom of Renly. This is the first anthology. This is only books 1 through 3. Very excited. Seems cozy. Seems like cute little dragons and they have a little found family. I mean, what's not to like? I thought it would be a perfect thing to read alongside Hilda since I've already seen the Hilda show and read all the graphic novels. Reading both at the same time won't be too complicated and I think they kind of match and vibe. Next we have Belladonna, which is a book that I did not finish in October that was on my reading schedule because I got sick. Very excited to get to this by Adeline Grace. It is the first book in a new series by Adeline Grace. This is about a girl named Sigma. I believe she seeks the help or solving a mystery for the devil or something like that, and she ends up falling in love with him or something. I know it's a romance with the devil. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Also, I love Adeline Grace, so very excited to get to this. Did want to read Foxglove this month as well, read them together, but I couldn't get the audiobook for several months, like 2 months at the earliest, so obviously not going to be reading that this month. That's okay. I'll just start here and see if I even want to continue. While I'm reading Belladonna, I want to read the 3 books in the Rift, which is part of the Avatar: The Last Airbender book collection. They have a trilogy called The Rift, which is the next one that I need to read. I will read each one a day, so that's 3. And then I'll be starting Smoke and Bone, which is the next trilogy in the Avatar: Last Airbender book series. There are 3 of those. I will spend the last week or so of October reading the next 3 books in the Guardians of Gaul. I'll put them up right here, but I know one is Outcast, one is First Collier, and one is Coming of Hool. I can't remember what it's called, I'm sorry. There's so many of these books, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna read 3 of them this month. And that's it! As you can see, the end of November is a little empty down here. I don't have any graphic novels or anything, it's just easy little audiobooks. That's to kind of give me some wiggle room if I fell behind or dropped any books throughout the rest of the month. I can slide them into the bottom there. I don't know that I can do it. I will be honest with you. I've not ever read 27 books in a month, I don't think. But I think with this schedule, I might be able to make it happen. October was super chaotic and busy. I'm hoping November will finally be our month of peace and serenity. I really hope so because we are exhausted from the summer and early fall. Anyways, gonna go enjoy my apple crisp shaken oat milk espresso. That was so many words. And hang out with my kiddo and just enjoy the days leading up to Samhain and enjoy my time with my family. Let me know what you plan to read in November and where you are in your yearly Goodreads goal so far this year. I'm hoping to get much further than I am right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Stay safe and stay kind, siblings. Did you check out the secret link in the description? Because I've been scouring Instagram and Amazon for the weirdest things I can find. Let me know in the comments if you're one of the few who has viewed the secret link. Anyway, thank you.